Hey guys, thanks for being here today. I'm so glad you are with me as I make a turmeric shea face scrub. This is a recipe I got years ago, back when I was a patron of Sunshine and Candle Company. I've just had it in my arsenal for all these years. I do carry this quite often and it is quite popular. One of the things I want to do is have a set of turmeric face products. At my festival that I go to, probably 4 or 5 times, do you have turmeric face cream? Do you have a turmeric whatever? And I was like, no, I was out of this scrub, so I had nothing on my shelf with that, but it was really interesting that people were asking for it. I'd never had somebody specifically ask for that. So I am going to be doing a set for scrub, a wash, and a face cream, all inspired with this turmeric body butter I get from Brambleberry. It's a shea product, so I'm feeling pretty confident that I can swap this out for anything else that has shea in it, you know, and not have to worry too much about the, formula breaking or anything like that. So I have my work surface just about ready. I have to get me finished getting ready. So we're going to start this little bit of a series off with a recipe I'm quite well aware of and quite familiar with and made lots and lots of times. And yeah, then we'll get with the harder stuff because those will be new to me. I'll be right back. All right, guys, so everything has been sprayed down and is sanitized. It is not sterile, just saying. We don't work in the lab. It is not sterile, but everything has been sanitized. So first things first for this, I am going to get my heated oil phase ready. Well, it's all a heated oil phase actually. And I was going to check to see if this is heat safe, and I think it is. I certainly hope so. So we're going to try it because it has a handle on it, and that's very handy. I got this at IKEA. All right, first thing in is my jojoba oil. And I got clear this time, and I don't know why. I normally buy the golden, but I bought clear. I don't know why. No particular reason. I need to get my spout on here. All right, jojoba oil, and then Abyssinian oil. I'm sure that this isn't 100% the same as what she gave us because I'm always tweaking these things and adding my own oils. But it's probably close. All right, polysorbate 80. I'm hoping I have enough of my shea butter here. I may not. I have another coming, so if I have to, I will just set this aside. It's going to be close. I am 2 grams shy on the turmeric butter, but I think I put about 2 grams more Abyssinian oil than it called for, so I'm going to call this good. And then I need my thickener, which is the acetyl alcohol. So this is a thickener, but it also gives conditioning properties to it. And then it calls for glycerol stearate. Now I probably won't be buying this again. This is literally the only recipe I use it in. So I will probably change this emulsifier when I run out of this. But it's going to be a while because it doesn't call for a lot. And then BTMS 50 is also an emulsifier, but it also is very conditioning. So it's good for anything that you want to put it in, I think. It's really nice. Alright, so that is it for the heated phase. There is no water phase or oil, there's just the heated phase. So I'm going to get this on the back counter. I do have a water bath going. So we are going to melt this through, and then when it's done, we can move on to the next phase. All right, so while that is heating on the back counter, I thought we'd go ahead and get our next little phase here going. I assume this would be considered a cool down phase. I like to use green tea extract, so I am going to use that. Look how dark that is. It's wonderful. I'm going to use Optifin. There's no water in this, so Optifin is really good when you don't have water. It works for both too, but I like it for when it's just an oil. I love my little bottles, guys, and my little containers. Those are on my Amazon cart if you are ever interested in checking them out. They really do make life so much easier. This is a lemon turmeric, so I am adding some lemon essential oil. I'll have to check on lemon. I don't think it's phototoxic to whether I would add this to the face or not. The lotion. I would definitely want to check that out first though, before I pull the trigger on that. And then vitamin E oil. Now this is what you get from a supplier, not from Walmart. All right. All of that is done and ready to go. I did think about changing this from a sugar scrub to a bamboo stem powder, which I do now have. But since I have made this and sold this and people tend to love it, I don't want to make that change. So I'm going to have to find another application for that bamboo powder. Okay, we are melted and cooled down to about 130. So I am going to add my cool down ingredients. And the little pot that I made earlier is first on my list to add. And I am going to just kind of do a little bit of a, back and forth here to make sure I get all of that preservative in there, all of that good green tea extract. I don't want any of that wasted. I want to stir that in really well before I start getting the thick stuff in here. It was a beautiful yellow color, and that green tea extract does make it a little bit more of a brown. It's so wonderful for you, but I am kind of bummed that it changes the color on it for me. I wonder if I should change that next time. You know what? I may use willow bark extract next time. I think I'll make a note. I don't think that would change the color like this does. I forgot to tell you that I also add some lemon peel powder. I forget where I get the powder from. Maybe Brambleberry or Nature's Garden. Maybe Nature's Garden. And then my bottle here, that's a Dollar Tree jar or bottle, guys. They're the perfect size for those little bags of things you get. So lemon peel powder. I have a bit of an issue when it comes to bottles and containers. I really do. Everything has to have a container, I think, and a label. This one has two. That got clumped up. So I'm going to stir this really well and get those clumps out. The sugar actually will help me get the clumps out too. It's just getting browner and browner, isn't it? It's less brown with the sugar. More of a, maybe a dark yellow. All right, it's done. So easy, really. The colors, I'm not too mad about it. It is a light brown, but it does have a yellow tinge to it. It's not the pretty yellow like this it used to be. This is such a lovely scrub. Okay, so I only have 5 jars to bottle up now, which means that when I get my jars in on Tuesday, 2 days from now, this will be incredibly thick and hard to pour. But this little IKEA thing is nice. And I got a little bit carried away. Yeah, that's better. I weigh every jar, guys. Every jar, every time. Alright, so those are all good. I will have to wait to jar these up, the rest of them up, after I get my jars in. And I'm just going to let these set here and cool to room temperature. And it will get quite a bit harder tomorrow. It obviously is not going to be like that. I will bring you back when it is time to lid and label. Alright guys, so I came down and I filled up the rest of my jars. This is 2 days later, I think. My jars came in and I was able to fill them up. And I think from now on, I may go ahead and fill them the next day. When I came down and I didn't have my camera turned on, but this was a very thick consistency, kind of almost too set up. But I was able to stir it up and I just got a really nice consistency for a sugar scrub, especially one that's you don't want it falling all over the place, falling down when you're trying to put it on your face. So it's a nice consistency, but it's not too hard or thick. It's really lovely, actually. And the color isn't bad. My camera seems to be a little dark right now. I can't tell for sure how dark it is. But it's not the bright yellow. It is definitely more of a warm golden color instead of a bright yellow. I still think I may switch this back out to willow bark extract. I wish I would have done that. I think that would have kept the bright yellow that the turmeric butter gave it. This little bit is for me. It has a lovely lemony, fresh, bright scent to it. So I am really looking forward to having this back on my shelf right before Christmas. So we made 2, 4, I don't have my lids cleaned yet, so I have to go spray down my lids. I just wasn't sure how many of these pots I was going to fill up. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14. Yeah, that's kind of what I was thinking. All right, I gotta go get these labeled and maybe put in boxes. I haven't really decided on that yet. I normally used to put these in the low profile 2-ounce jars, which gives you a little bit more space here for labeling. This regular 2-ounce without being low profile is a little bit taller, which I like because it lets you see the product much easier, but it also gives you a much smaller place here to put ingredients, very small area for ingredients and labeling and all of that. So I haven't decided if I'm putting these in boxes yet, but when I decide, I will bring you back and I'll show you that. I love this face scrub. Guys, this is a good one. So this is the one I've been using in the shower. It smells lovely, not overpowering, and it's just a real nice consistency for a face soap. I really do like it an awful lot. So for my labeling, I just have that, and it does say lemon, turmeric, and green tea. I know I should probably take that off. I need to kind of figure out Maybe I'll change it to Brightening face scrub or something like that. That's a little bit better for, you know, regulations on what you're supposed to put on your products and not. For now, I'm going to just leave it because I already have these labeled. But for my next go around, I think I'm going to change it to Brightening. And I think that's a much more appropriate wording for the label. But there it is right now as is. And I don't have the ingredients on this. What I've done is put this in its own little box. And I did lemon scented on the box. So that is more appropriate than listing out a few of your ingredients. You're really not supposed to do that. So that is my bad. I need to fix that. But lemon scented is what I have on the box. I will also probably change that to just Brightening. I think that's a better use of the word. And then I have all of my ingredients and how to use and all of that good stuff, my address and how to contact me. And that's it. I love it. I love it. Now, I do have customers that buy this routinely, and they really, really like it. I use this about once a week. Now, what I do have that I want to try is, hang on, I have to put this back in the box upside down because I already had it sealed. I did buy some bamboo stem powder for a face scrub, and I do want to try that. I just didn't want to change a formula that I already had, and I already have customers doing repeat purchasing from. So that's why I kept with the sugar on this one. I do want to try again with the bamboo powder, bamboo stem powder, I think it's called. So that's hopefully coming soon or sometime. I don't know. I make no promises. So today I made the turmeric face lotion, and I have to bottle that up. I want to let that sit overnight and see what happens with the consistency. I don't know how I'm going to package it yet. And it was just a little tester amount just to see how I liked that. And I also started my face wash. So eventually I still want to get all three in a set, and hopefully in the next few months I can have that ready to go, maybe by Mother's Day or something. So anyway, guys, that's it for me. I'm so glad you're here with me. You guys are awesome. Thanks for being here. Thanks for commenting. Thanks for liking. If you did, I appreciate that. If you hated it, you can give me a thumbs down, and I won't get my feelings hurt, guys. Promise. No hard feelings. Do it. So I had somebody rudely say something about my eyelashes from a video from like 2 years ago. I don't know that my eyelashes were ridiculous 2 years ago. They were. That poor girl. I tried for a year to have her give me natural looking eyelashes. And every month I would go back and I'd say, no, this is not what I want. I want natural. I gave her a year, guys. I had to finally give her up. So now I'm back to my stubby little eyelashes that I have to put serum on every night or I won't have anything. Anyway, rabbit trail as I just randomly start labeling other products. Oh, that's what you get with me, guys. Sorry. Sorry for you. I hope to see you next week. Bye.